Hey everyone, are you considering UK for your higher studies? Whether you are aiming for your bachelor's, master's or just simply exploring your options, you are at the right place. In this video, we'll be quickly talking about some quick facts about UK as a country. Then, should you consider UK for your higher studies? A very important question. Entry requirements for your bachelor's or your master's studies, application timelines and a thorough process for the same, and at last, what are the exact sort of documents required for your timely application. So let's dive right in. If I talk about UK as country, then number 1, it's home to 15 of the world's top 100 universities with the most famous names like University of Oxford, University of Cambridge, Imperial College London, University College London and more. Not only this, 16 cities from the UK, they rank amongst the top 100 best student cities in the world, which of course assure a best student experience, where London of course tops, followed by Edinburgh, Manchester, Glasgow, Coventry, Birmingham and a lot names to take. The best system about the UK education is that it gives you an opportunity to get short and flexible courses, which means that you can complete your bachelor's in just 3 years and your master's in just 1 year. Geographically, this country is closely knitted with popular Europe destinations where you can plan your weekends for your exploration and travel. To name some of them can be Munich, Zurich, Milan, Venice and a lot names to take. Very importantly, if I share the top domains under the UK education system, then of course you can plan your studies for business and management, engineering and technology, computer science and IT, very importantly recommended, medicine and health sciences, law, social sciences and humanities, arts and designs are the popular names to consider and recommend. Now you might be thinking, should I really consider UK for my higher studies? Is it actually a right choice? Then my answer to this question would be both yes and no, because it certainly depends upon your goal alignment and nothing else. Let me make you understand with certain examples. For example, if you are a sort of individual who is looking forward to complete either bachelor's or master's in a quicker and shorter duration, then the answer is certainly yes. If you are into certain technical skills, expertise or work experience and you're looking forward to make your career in some high demand fields, for example, data science, data analytics, business analytics, AI, then UK as a study destination is worth considering. If you're into management, then I would certainly recommend the top universities of the UK because they are going to offer you a very competitive curriculum and it is going to impact your career opportunities ahead. Next is that if you see yourself as a person who is not looking forward to sit in the competitive examinations such as GRE or GMAT, then you can certainly ace the entry requirements of the UK because they look at your profile more holistically on the basis of your academics, your work experience, your skills, your qualifications, your extracurriculars as an overall personality. They do not completely look at the scores of just GRE or GMAT. Last but not the least, if you want to get awarded with your scores of your grade 12, for example, you have an amazing score in your grade 12 English, you might get eligible for receiving an IELTS waiver as well. So if you are falling into these categories or if your goals align with such examples, then it's a yes answer. However, if there is a slight of difference, then you can consider the other destinations as well. Now let's walk through the entry requirements for undergraduate programs in the UK. A minimum of 70% is strongly recommended to achieve in the grade 12 qualification. However, it completely depends upon the program that you're applying to and the boards that you're affiliated to. For example, if your applied program has a requirement, an international requirement of AAA, then if you are affiliated with ICSE, CBSE or ISC board, you should have a minimum of 85%. However, if you're affiliated with some other boards, say a state board, then this minimum requirement would increase up to 90% for the same applied program. Now let's switch to the postgraduate requirements. If your degree is requiring a first-class degree, it means you should fall in the category of a minimum percentage of 65 to 70%. However, if you are applying to a 2:1 degree, you should fall in the minimum requirement of 60 to 65% and for 2:2, a 55 to 60%, which clarifies this fact that you should have a minimum of 55% in order to apply for a master's program in the UK. Now let me take you through the application timelines and the process. The applicable intakes for the UK applications are of course fall, spring and summer. However, the main intake for all the universities and open programs is the September one. If you miss on this intake, you can certainly move forward with the January one, and certain universities with very limited programs also offer the May or June intake, which is called the summer, a very short intake. It's strongly recommended that you start your application process very timely, which should be at least 8 to 9 months beforehand, so that you're having enough time to prepare for all your documentation and to appear for your necessary examinations as well. Let me walk you through the stages of the process involved as well. Once you submit your application with the university, you would be released with the conditional offer. Once you meet all the conditions which are mentioned in the offer, you would be receiving an unconditional offer from your chosen university. The interview, which is commonly known as the pre-CAS interview, it depends upon your program and your university, so it's optional. If you're receiving the email for the same, you have to appear for the interview, and in case not, congratulations. This is the main document that you would be receiving for the purpose of your visa filing, which is known as CAS. Here, you would be asked for certain additional documentation with regards to your financial planning as well. Of course, it depends upon the university to university. And once you are able to receive your document known as CAS, this is the confirmation of acceptance for your studies. You are good to move ahead for your visa filing, and it's done. So a quick view on the documents which are required for your application submission. It should start with the academics, which should be from your 10th till present, your updated resume. If you're having work experience, of course your work experience documents, which should be offer letter and your experience certificates. Very strong, very convincing 2 letter of recommendations, a very powerful statement of purpose, well supported with your passport as your identity proof. So, all the best for your chosen intake. In case you have any questions or any queries, you can write down in the comment section and we'll get back to you. Thank you.